let's go back to the what we were doing, right? Yeah, rotated array. So like if you try to solve this using two pointers, I know something like somewhat about the two pointer. Let's just see this like uh, two pointer is like a two pointer which will one pointer will be a study on one element of an array, and then other will be loop through all the elements and check it out, right? So that's a two pointer according to me, like what I've done in yes like previous problems. That's the thing I have learned from the two pointer. I haven't done any like a document about two pointer, but let's just see. So in a two pointer, how do we solve this? Rotate array. To rotate array, firstly we have k3, right? K3, so we have to rotate this array to this and make it 7, not 7, 6, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So that's the thing we gonna do. So what we are gonna do is 5, 6, 7 loop through this. So 1, how do I remove this element and insert to the first one? So we have to do is 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, then 6. We'll go to the 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5, 5, 6, 7, which will be a 3 elements to the like we are doing right rotation, right rotation. So that's the thing we're gonna do. Remove this. Oi. So yeah, then but I don't know like how do I, the logic is right, but how do I use it and using two pointers? How do I use it and two pointers? Two pointers. So let's just see. Hmm. 7 loops through the no. Have to check the code or explanation for it. Like firstly we learn two pointers, then as a chat GPT, the god of for coders. So teach me two pointers from basic to advanced and make sure you give how to detect that problem is solved using two pointer, right? Let's go. So we have a two. It's like done binary search. There is the two pointer thing. Same thing we have done in um, binary search, right? Okay. So array is sorted. You have asked to find a pair with condition the sum. Then brute force is O to n O n square, O big O of n square, and you are optimizing it to big O of n. So like two pointer thing is big O of n. The time complexity is big O of n, right? So okay. Yeah, I have like done this container from which I have remembered that we have I have I have used two pointer in this question, like have to find a container which contains most water. Summary. So how to detect two pointer? Is it a array is sorted? Like are you finding a pair, triplet, or substring for a condition? Yeah, array is a sorted. Is the brute force is O big O of n square? Like do you need to find the longest maximum minimum something? Like maximum minimum is a binary search, might be like, is there any constraint of window size or a sum? You're sliding two pointers. So we'll see this. Let's explain me this, right? Explain this visually. So great, that's simple, growing and logic. So step by step, reverse the whole array. Okay, reverse the first k elements. Python code would be like, is there a two pointer? No, I don't think so. It is two pointer. It's excellent that I know, bro. I'm brilliant, you know. So sure, not exactly. The standard most optimal solution is using a three reversal. Use two pointer internally inside the reverse while start. Okay, that's the same thing. start and end. If a start is greater than smaller than end, then nums start nums end is equals to nums and nums. Oh man. Oh damn. Step 1, reverse full array. Yeah, so I'm back, and and so now we have to swap those. So we haven't like we have used the start and end here. We have to swap, like first we have to swap full full array, like reverse full array, not a swap. But then we have to uh, reverse that much part of array, like 0 to k minus 1. K is 3, so you have to 0 1 2, then we have to reverse this part of array, which will be a 5 6 7, right? And then we have 4 3 2 1, right? So we have to reverse that also, 1 2 3 4, like that. So it will be a 5 6 7 1 2 3 4, and that's the code of this. Like, while a start is less than end, then num start is going to be a nums end, and nums end going to be a nums start, right? So it is a, like, it's a reversed. Then again it will be a loop, like I'll show you. I'm not teaching anything, but it will be clear for me also, so that's why I'm telling you guys. I'm not here to teach you, I am just here to learn things. I have, so in this, which will be a, we'll focus on this part only first. So in this, if we take a nums start, which is a 1, and nums end, which is a 7, is equals to nums end will be a num start, and nums end will be a nums. Okay, just a second. Nums start will be a nums end, and nums end will be a num start, right? So it will swap, like 7 and 1, then loop it again until, like, until the start will be a plus and end will be a minus. Okay, so and 2 pointers, we are using 2 pointers here, right? So we are using 2 pointers here. We're gonna um, 2 pointers. So firstly we started from here, then why can't I select this, then the here, bro, what the fuck. So it will be swap their places, as we can see that it is a swapping. So it will be a 6, it will be a 2, right? Then same, it we have to swap this places, so it will be a 5 and it will be a 3. Yeah, it's reversed now. Now we have to swap from 1 0 to k minus 1. So which is k minus 1 is 2, right? 0 1 2, like 0 1 2 index. We have to swap this also. So we were gonna swap this also, like, let's undo this. So 5 and 7, yeah, we don't have to swap this because it's a middle part of the 3, like, odd elements, which is not swappable, just like a 4. Now we have we have, like, reverse from 0, reverse our array from 0 to k minus 1, right? Which is a 5 6 7, and we have done our half work, but we have to also swap this also, like reverse this also, not a swap, my bad. We have to reverse this also. So as we know, we have to run that function again with a start and end, which will be a k and k minus 1, no, n minus 1, which is a n minus 1 and k, right? So we're gonna swap this also. So it's going to be a 1, and it's going to be a 4, and it's going to be a 2, and it's going to be a 3. So yeah, the loop completed. We have solved our example and return it. That's it. So while start as and lesson, and then nums of start comma nums of and, which will be a I know that I am bit slow learner, but I'm trying to learn and revise. Like I know, like I remember that I have done this, but I don't remember that how do I done, like solve this uh, like this question. Yeah, I have solved this cause I know this is a solved mark question. Nums, which in start we gonna swap this nums start. Yeah, that's it. I have done this. Okay, so now we have to, like it is not a for loop, so we have to manually start plus 1 and end minus 1, right? And now we gonna do this one, this thing, like this and this, right? Why it's not we're gonna call this function, which will be a 0 to n minus 1 minus 1, which will be a 0 to k minus 1, and which will be this will be a k minus 1 k to n minus 1. It should return something like this only, and yeah, it should work now. Yeah, so I've done this question. This is a 2-pointer question, not a exactly 2-pointer according to the this, but we shall revise this question soon. Rotate an array by d places. Okay, I'm gonna solve this also. Already done that, bro. We have solved it one question, and which is the same as, okay, both questions are same. Moving to the next, move to 0, move to end, move zeros to end. Okay, let's move to the another question, and yeah, reset this canvas for sure. Given an integer array nums and move all the zeros to the end. Okay, So now we have this array in which we have to, the final output is this, yeah, right? In short, we have to like move this zeros to the end of the array. So how do we do this? That I don't know. Learning, given array nums, move all zeros to end of the, while maintaining the relative order of non-zero elements. Okay, so firstly we're gonna see this, is it a maybe we can solve this using hash map. Like we can create a hash map and then like add the frequency of the zeros in it, then remove those zeros from the like, yeah, 1 2 3 and 12, remove those zeros from array. Then according to the frequency, the values, like we have value 2, then we'll add that 2 zeros afterwards, which will be a of our final output, right? Probably we can do that, but any other solution you can think about? We'll remove those zeros from array, and using that map frequency we can add again those zeros to our array. That's the thing I have come up with. So yeah, is there any other thing we can do? I do come up with this thing, but let's try. How do I remove the particular element from the array? Remove element from array in Python. We can solve that. Okay, so we can pop that element, right? Okay, using this pop function we can pop that element. So let's try function, not a function, hash map equals to, and for loop of length of nums, which will be a in range of, so for a hash map, if I nums of I equals to 0, not a 0, Then we can add a hash map equals to 0, not a equals to hash map dot cat. Yeah, 0 plus 1. Okay, not a 0 plus 1, be a 0 plus 0, then plus 1, right? Yeah, and then pop that element like nums car dot pop 1, car dot pop 1. Okay, we have to pass index, right? So nums dot pop, which will be a I. Okay, and then it will be like if we follow this test case, then if it will be like 1 2 1 3 and 12, right? Now we have to add that zeros, number of times zeros, it is a 2-point thing, but I can solve using hash map also. It's a brute force, might be it's brute force, right? So now add for a no hash map values of values in hash map values, right? It should be working. Add 0. Then -1. It shows a list out of range. After like 10 to 15 minutes I came up with this. So think about it, how much logic building I needed for my placements and all. Not that. This visually. Like we need like move the zeros to end. I'm gonna solve this only lead code questions, not another questions. It will be enough for me, like not enough for me, enough for you guys also, if we are following this list. cipher list. Like we'll see the video, then if we don't understand, then follow this.
So what is the problem state? Move all zeros to the end of the array. So you will be given an array which will be consisting of some integers. And it will also be consisting of some zeros. Now your task is to move all the zeros to the end of the array. So first there will be 1, then there will be 2, then there will be 3, then there will be 4, then there will be 4, then there will be 5, then there will be 1. So basically what you do is you take 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 5, 1. So I took all the non-zero numbers and I put them into the front of the array. Once I've done that, what are the remaining elements? There are zeros and there are 3 zeros. So you take all the 3 zeros and you put it to the end of the array, right? So once you've done this, the modified array looks something like this, and this is what the problem is asking you to do. Question is asked to you immediately. You should definitely start with the brute force solution and then maybe come up with a better solution if there is one, and then go to the optimal one. So what is a brute force solution? If you look at the problem, it states all the non-zero numbers at the front, like all the non-zero numbers at the front. So my mind kind of says that, okay, let's pick up all the non-zero numbers and store it somewhere. So what I'll do is I'll start iterating the array. I'll start with the first index and I'll say it's a non-zero. Let's pick it up. Then I'll go to the next, it's zero. Then I'll go to the next, it's a non-zero. Then I go to the next, it's a non-zero. It's a non-zero. It's a zero. It's a zero. It's a non-zero. It's a non-zero. It's a non-zero. And the iteration is over. Once the iteration is over, I can say that I have all the non-zero numbers. And again, you can store them in a list, in an array, wherever you wish. So I have all the non-zero numbers stored with me. Once I've done this, what is my next step? I know one thing for sure. I have all the non-zero numbers that will go at the front. So let's do it. Let's assume this is the temporary array. Let's take everything. Let's first take 1 and put it here. Let's then take 2, put it here. Let's then take 3, put it here. Let's then take 2, put it here. Let's then take 4, put it here. Then take 5, put it here. Then take 1, put it here. So I have taken everything from the temporary array and put them into the front of the array. Once I have done that, I know all the non-zero numbers are at the front. If I've done that, what is the next job? All the remaining positions will definitely be zeros. So I'll just assign them zeros. Done. And this is how my brute force approach will look like. First, iterate, store all the non-zero numbers, then put all the non-zero numbers to the front, and then the remaining pieces will
In brute force, like in brute force, what he has done, that all the non-zero elements will become, like all the non-zero elements will be in another array. After iterating through the nums, like a whole array, then that temporary array will be uh, swapped with like current array, which is a nums, right? Then remaining which we like, uh, remaining places, like we like this, uh, 1 3 12, which is a non-zero, which will be at two remaining places. There will be a 0, right? Like, how do I understand my English? It's bit like fucked up, I know, but how do I explain this? That's a brute force, but I have done this brute force, this one, which will be okay for this. So the code is modifying list while iterating should not done. Okay, end up skipping elements and throwing errors. Okay, that's a nice thing. Yeah, zero is skipped. For fixed version of your logic, count zeros plus 1, then pop and count 1, else 1 plus I plus 1. This is the same logic, but I have used for loop, and here the chat GPT I have used while loop, and in my I have used a hash map for frequency, which is a dumb thing. Now I understand that, like, yeah. Okay. And this what he has done. Extend. What is extended? We'll see this. What is extended? Okay, so it adds that array inside. Okay, that's the right thing, bro. Damn, bro, damn. Okay, so it will be a count of zeros. Zeros equals to 1, 0, and then I, which is also a 0 because we have to use while loop, and then while I is smaller than n minus 1, which is not a n minus 1, length of minus 1. Same thing, right? They have done same thing. Then if nums of I is equals to 0, then count plus equals to 1, zeros 1, and then we have to nums dot pop I, right, and then I plus equals to 1. Else damn, bro, damn. Now we're gonna extend 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 number of zeros into count of zeros, right? So we will done everything. It's a brute force, so it get no, it didn't get any error, but still we're gonna solve the optimal solution using 2 pointers. So let's try that also, which is done by him. Take Stivers. I'm not gonna like uh, on this my desktop audio, which will be leading me to like copyright strikes. So I won't do that. I've done this. Okay, now everything is done, bro. Let's move to the another. Brute force is done again. I say it is too much code. We'll be using two pointers in this also. So how do we do that? I don't know. Yeah, same thing, bro. What we have done in past, remove the duplicates from a sorted array. It's saying that it's the same thing, but we just have need to add those duplicates inside that. Yeah, I know that. Like I and comes and yeah, I've done that. This also. Okay, so it's a bit similar to that. I think like two pointers is a bit tricky for me. Yeah, it's a easy, but some problem we have to like customize that two pointer problems and solve using that. I should take break now, right? I don't understand much, but I should take break for at least 10 minutes, cause it's been a 1 hour that I'm doing this shit. Just for I'll be taking a break for some time. Just wait, guys. I'll be back in 10 minutes. Okay.